As manager of Wellington City Libraries, I think I've got a real opportunity to share with you. First, to talk about some of the books that have influenced my life, and also to talk about some of the library services, because I think that this little thing, which is a library card, is absolutely crucial for all Wellingtonians to have and to access all sorts of things. But first, for some books. As a child, I read an awful lot. I can remember always coming to a library with family on a Friday night throughout New Zealand and choosing books. And I guess one of the books for me was The Secret Garden. The Secret Garden was a book that really captured me as a young child, and it's something that has lived with me because of the images of the writing and the descriptions that were made. More recently, a couple of books have been of interest to me. One is The Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. I read this when it first came out, and I've reread it and now have the CD of tapes available from the library as well. And particularly there's one area of it, one quote that I often use. "I've made missteps along the way, but I've discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds there are many more hills to climb." For me, Nelson Mandela is the epitome of freedom, of struggle, and going forward and moving from that. And that, to me, is really important. But for something a little bit different is the Churchills, which this particular book by Mary Lovell, which has just come out. And it goes way back to 1605 and then comes forward. But it's intriguing because it tells their personal lives, not just the history of Winston Churchill or Randolph. And I find this book, which has already been quite dog-eared with reading, really successful as a book because it encourages one to read a bit more, to go into the characters, and to find out some things which I never knew about some of the characters way back from the 1700s on. It's an intriguing family, quite interesting to see some of the family traits coming through. Talking about the library, it's the card to me which is important because it's a symbol of what you can get here. And as the manager, I've watched over the years the way the library has developed and what it has, both from our fantastic staff and the skills that are given out to the collections and to the different things. Now with e-books, with the press display, so you don't need to buy a paper copy of newspapers because it's available for you, or the programs, the vast programs. And we're lucky because we have a network with our central library and all the variety. So I would encourage you to have a look, see what's there, and you might discover something that's completely different because libraries have so much going for them at the moment.